for them. They did every single thing they could. It didn't fall. That was Ronaldo Vasquez, their number 21. And here they come again, looking for the opening goal, prize opening the field and a penalty. And the referee pointing to the spot. And the outstanding Haitian, Nerlin Sint-Zabel, kicked past the goalkeeper and into the roof of the net, and giving the Atletico Pantoja team a 1-0 lead. And that came on minute number 87. And they were as good as winning that game, even though Arcahaie came very, very close and brought out the best in goalkeeper, Odilas Baez. Here's a free kick to be struck by Leonardo Osa. He had a brilliant game against Portmore United, and he turned up against Arcahaie and I was going to say reproduced, but he produced a stunning free kick that lodged in the back of the cage, and that was good enough. That came on minute 90 plus 2, and it was at the end a 2-0 win for the Club Atletico Pantoja team, and that is how they confirmed their spot in the semi-finals of this championship. As I say, we're waiting on the fourth and final qualifier. The champions, both teams, by the way, lost to Club Atletico Pantoja, and of course the difference here is that Portmore lost by 4-0, and the Arcahaie team lost by 2-0. So those 2 goals that Portmore conceded against the Club Atletico Pantoja team could turn out to be very, very crucial tonight, unless they go on to win the game. But they need to win. If they don't win, they are going home. Arcahaie from Haiti will be going to the semi-finals. I remind you that the semi-finals are on May 8th, and we're looking forward to those as well. So wherever you are taking our coverage, welcome once again. We're getting ready for a 6 o'clock start local time. So we're just about 6 or so minutes away. The teams are in the tunnel at the moment and waiting on the officials and everybody to be at the ready for a prompt 6 o'clock start. The fans have been supporting by and large the games here. Of course, this is a home of the former champion club of Jamaica, Arnett Gardens. And of course, they are 5th in the local premiership at the moment. Portmore, they are 3rd in the local premiership at the moment, and on course to making it into the playoffs. Of course, they're going to be back in action on February 18 at the National Stadium, and this, of course, in the Scotiabank Concacaf League. And they'll be taking on Cruz Azul from Mexico. That game kicks off 8 o'clock local time, 9 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. And that game will be live on Flow Sports as well. And of course, we're just today, I'm sure you would have seen an indoor meeting from Poland. Well, Flow Sports will turn things up on February 14 on Valentine's Day, showing a lot of love to you track and field fans at 12:30 here in Jamaica, 1:20 Eastern Caribbean time. That's 12:20 J time, 1:20 Eastern Caribbean time. It's the Ishtar Berlin indoor meet. It's the largest indoor athletics meet in that brilliant blue track over there in the German capital. So Flow Sport will have that one live for you as well, in addition to a number of other things going forward. But at the moment, on your screen, Portmore United against Club Arcahaie out of Haiti. It's the final game in the group stages. This is Group B, already decided, because the title of group champions have already gone to the Club Atletico Pantoja team. In fact, we're seeing 1 or 2 of the players from the other team from Haiti, that Don Bosco. They're here to support their fellow Haitians, and they're not in camera shot at the minute, but they're here in their numbers, and they'll be supporting this team, Arcahaie, out of Haiti, who are incidentally the champions of the Haitian Football Championship. They won by 2-1 in the final last year. So the pre-game rituals, trying to get them out of the way. Portmore operating in full white. Club Arcahaie, the 17th team out of Haiti to play in this championship. So the Portmore team will show 3 changes. So Kemar Foster comes in for Shaven Paul, who has lost his place. In fact, he's no longer even in the squad. Cleon Price, the number 15, he comes in for Rondy Smith. And Romain Breckenridge, number 18, he comes in for Ramondo Johnson. So 3 changes to the Portmore team. So Smith gets a place on the bench. Johnson and Shaven Paul are both out of the squad altogether. So the 2 captains, Olnik Alice, both dreadlock, just that one has a ginger color here. And that's the Portmore captain, Ricardo Morris, wearing number 8. And Alice, half that number 4. And they're posing for the photographs that you'll be seeing in the Concacaf website. Kevin Clark, the man in charge of the game here today. And in fact, Kimber Ward and Kevin Clark out of Barbados along with Jordanis Gomez from Cuba, will be assisting Kemble Ward out of St. Kitts Nevis. We're looking at the Arcahaie team. They've made 2 changes to their starting lineup. Vilman Exum, he comes in for Richardson Thomas, and Mark Beldor, he is in for another player. I'll tell you in a moment. He comes in for Alan Pierre. So those are 2 changes. So Pierre finds himself on the bench, and Richardson Thompson also on the bench as well. Those are the 2 who started in the last game who have lost their place. There's a cool breeze coming into our commentary position. We're just about 2 or so minutes away from kickoff, and the teams are in a huddle at the moment, saying their last-minute good lucks to each other as they get ready to battle. We remind you of the permutations. It's very, very, very simple. You do not have to have a degree in arithmetic to know how this one should play out. Portmore, they must win. In other words, if they lose, they're out. If they draw, they're out. They only have one result to get that will take them through, and that's a win. For Arcahaie, if they lose, they're out. But if they win, they're through, and if they draw, they're through. It's very simple as that. That's the permutation that we're working with. Bear that in mind. So Arcahaie, they've won the toss, and they'll get us underway in just a minute or so. It's time. Kimber Ward from St. Kitts and Nevis has gotten us underway. So the Arcahaie team operating in the national colors of Haiti. Red and blue, the sprinkling of white on the top of the white shoulder. A little bit of white on the top of the shoulder. The right shoulder, most of them on. Carter Gardner, the coach of Portmore United, has promised all-out attacking football. Let's see how this Arcahaie team will respond to that. We must say congratulations to Mexico and Canada, who will represent the region at the Olympic Games in Tokyo this summer. Portmore in possession. Free kick to the champions, free kick to the home team. Siobhan Willis has gone across to effect this one. Had a good game the last time Portmore was in action. That was on Wednesday last. Breckenridge gets a start today. Ryan Wellington was in the starting lineup when Portmore lost by 4-0 to Atletico Pantoja. So Portmore just building it methodically, slowly from the back. No rush at the moment, no urgency just yet. It's a long way to go still. I did want to think that they have a lot of time to get the result that they so desire tonight. Whether they win 1-0 or 100-0, they must win. Willis flicks the ball over on the far side, looking here, and inside Portmore, trying to get away. The goalkeeper is getting involved as well, and shouted there by his captain, Olise. So there's Shande James, who charged down that right channel to try and get the cross in. Sprightly start by Portmore United. From all indications and from all reports, this Arcahaie team is well organized in defense. It's going to take a great deal from Portmore if those reports are correct to break them down. More so, they understand that all they need to do is to avoid defeat here today, and they're through. So they say the best form of defense is attack. I'm not so sure that this Arcahaie team would want to attack anytime soon, unless they are forced to. So it's early days in the game, just approaching 3 minutes in this Group B closer. Throwing to the Arcahaie team over on the far side. Haiti has a rich history of participation in this championship. As we go along, we'll tell you about some of the top Haiti teams who've competed in this tournament. Gonaïves has competed in this, Don Bosco. So really, in fact, they are the country with the highest number of participating teams in this Caribbean Club Championships. now known as the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championship since 2018. Free kick won here by the team from Haiti. Number of players in the box waiting on the delivery, 5 of them to be exact. In fact, it's now 6, one lurking just on the edge of the area. A 2-man wall constructed here. Ricardo Morris and Shandy James standing in front of it. What will Arcahaie do? They go direct on goal, and no fruits born from that effort. Pretty audacious, this man who went for that direct on goal. Had a number of red and blue shirts to aim for in the area. Elected to go for the glory, to go solo. Players would enjoy this kind of atmosphere, both from a crowd standpoint and from a climatic standpoint, because it's very cool at the moment. Lights are on, fans are in the stands. What more do you want as a football player? You've got nicely manicured football field and the freedom of the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. They call this area jungle. It's a very daunting place to come for visiting teams in the local Premier League when they take on Arnett Gardens. Here is the Arcahaie team stretching forward. Caverns Jolisor, the number 19, a lot will depend on him tonight. Missed a number of opportunities the other night against the Atletico Patoa team. So neither team really giving their respective fans anything to cheer about. And you might say, what fans are you talking about in terms of Arcahaie? Well, I tell you what, the Don Bosco team is still here. They were eliminated from Group A. In fact, they finished at the bottom of Group A, but they stayed on to support the champions of Haiti, that's Arcahaie, in their first season in this championships. So we're still waiting on the opening goal. This kind of scoreline as it now stands, it suits the Arcahaie team because they just need a draw to advance to the May 8 semifinals. And it's important that we keep reminding you about the permutations in terms of who need what and how they'll get it. Here is the Arcahaie team launching an attack coming forward. This is a number 8, Clifford Thomas, playing it forward. The flag went up. Saw it through my peripheral from the assistant referee just below our commentary point, Mr. Kevin Clark from Barbados. It's a free kick resulting to Portmore United, the champions of Jamaica and the champions of the Caribbean. They'll start it all over again. Here's a national player, Siobhan Willis. Picks out Emilia Rousseau. Rousseau didn't quite get the kind of meat he wanted on that pass. And because of that, Portmore was forced back down. Now they have a throw. The Arcahaie team believe that it is their throw. In fact, they're appealing for the throw. Their appeal has fallen on deaf ears. The referee says my decision is final. Rousseau with another Portmore throw. Here's Rousseau. Was a schoolboy like 2 seasons ago. A member of the national junior team. Here's a captain of the day, Ricardo Morris. Breckenridge. Here's James for Portmore. So Portmore happy to keep possession of the football. They've got a lot of time to try to get the result that they need. You're not going to find the Arcahaie team attacking them too much, believe me. They know that as it now stands, if they should hold till the end, they are through. And that is what matters. And one of the heavy criticisms Ricardo Gardner had of his team when they lost to Pantoa wasn't the defeat itself, but the margin of defeat, which could come back to haunt them. And because of that, he has responded massively by dropping Shaven Paul totally out of the squad, and his place has gone to Kimar Foster in the Portmore goal. Free kick won here by Club Arcahaie, to be struck by Reginald Cadet, the right fullback. He's a Haiti national player as well. All the players in the Arcahaie team ply their trade in the Haiti Premier League. Club, a very young club. It was formed in 2017. And they became champions of Haiti 2 years later. Very, very swift. Long searching ball. Just a bit too much on that one. And Rivaldo Mitchell just couldn't get there in time. So Ricardo Gardner there, the coach, is trying to shout instructions from the bench. Another long kick downfield by the Arcahaie team. They commit players forward whenever they're in a clear attacking position, but they regroup as quickly as they possibly can. They just do not want to concede tonight. Once they don't concede, they are through. And that is the first order of business. You can put your bottom dollar on that one. Just don't concede, and we're through. Portmore again forced back. Willis. Here's Morris. Takes it on his chest, and he finds Rousseau. Again, the Portmore team having to play the ball back. Morris decides to take charge. He looks like he wants to take charge of this game, unlike the last time we saw him. He's a bit more involved at the moment. Ricardo Morris. Here's Rousseau. Losing possession. And Arcahaie, they've just put one player up front, one man leading the line, the rest are staying right behind the half line. And it's very clear what the strategy here from this Arcahaie team. Now they have the possession. You see more players going forward. But as soon as they lose the ball, you see them coming back. James trying to outrun his opponent over on the far side. Won't quite work this time around because Sylvester Colin has gone across to shatter this one over the touchline. And the resulting throw taken very, very quickly. Morris, the captain, will he go for it? You bet he will. No problems in the goal for Kerry Ramont. Of course, Kerry Ramont is 34 years old. He made his debut for the Haiti national team in 2013. Haiti also saturating Major League Soccer in the US with a number of outstanding players as well. They do have a good national team. And we've seen on show possibly the best striker in the Caribbean Club Championship so far that we've seen. Nerlin Stavel from Club Atletico Pantoa. He's got 3 goals in the championship. No other player has that many. But not only the goals, he really is a star man. We're approaching 12 minutes in the game. We're yet to see the opening goal. In fact, the only attempt on goal came from Ricardo Morris a short time ago. And it posed absolutely no problems for Vermont in the Arcahaie goal. So wherever you are taking our coverage, once again, we welcome you to the Tony Spalding Sports Complex here in South St. Andrew in Jamaica. We've been brilliant hosts to the 6 teams who have graced this facility over the last 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 days. And it's coming to an end tonight. And a fitting way for it to come to an end. The final semi-final qualifier being decided. And even more so, the champions are involved. And they are in real danger of crashing out if they don't do the business tonight. Here is Emilio Rousseau taking on the chance. Turns nicely, expertly. Willis. Morris turns. Portmore just sharing the football around. Morris gets the return pass. Good stuff here by Portmore United. In fact, it looks as if they're turning on the style. And the cross is dealt with quite efficiently, but it comes back again. And in the end, it's the Arcahaie team that benefits. So Portmore, in their traditional white, full white, they've got a lot of football to play. Because they're involved in the local premiership in Jamaica. They're involved in this Caribbean Club Championships. And they're also involved in the Scotiabank Concacaf League. They've got a real tough assignment against a pretty good Cruises team. Cruises, mind you, they've competed at the World Cup Championship before, and that in itself tells you the kind of opposition that this Portmore United team will be up against on February 18, exactly 9 days' time inside the National Stadium. But that's in the distance. They've got a small matter of overcoming this massive hurdle in front of them tonight. And you could just imagine how much of a fillip it will give them going into that Cruises game if they should get through this one successfully. But it's Arcahaie who are attacking at the moment, looking for the opening goal. The ball just played a little way too much into an acute angle. It gave him a bit more work to do than he normally would have or he would have wanted. But they still keep possession, the Arcahaie team, which is important. Lumage. Long searching ball. Goalkeeper Foster. Just leaving his line, some 3 or 4 meters away from his goal to intercept and to get the Portmore attacking move, the latest one going. Good turn. Wonderfully done there by Cleon Price. The referee says nothing wrong with that. Played ball. And played ball Arcahaie's doing. Bit of problems here. Referee Kimber Ward says the boot of Junior Lumage was just a bit too high. I can tell you one thing, the Don Bosco players are not happy about it. They've become some real supporters of this Arcahaie team, supporting their fellow Haitians. Wellington in the number 5 for Portmore had a steady game against the Atletico Pantoja team. Right in cue, here he is with the football. Through, much better than giving up a corner. Captain Alexi has gone across. Scrambling to get the ball away, the Arcahaie team. Scrappy football at the moment. Neither team really, I mean, Portmore at times gave glimpses of what they're capable of, but by and large, it's not sweet football we're watching just now. One of those games that's crying out for a goal. Will we get one from this move? There's your answer. Wellington, very confident defender. It's really been the rock at the back there for Portmore. They play the ball laterally, Portmore. It's almost predictable when the defenders get the ball from one defender to the next, right across, and then it comes all the way across to the next man here at the foot of the screen. Now this time they decide not to. So they're not so predictable after all. They've gotten a throw out of this one. They're inching closer to the Arcahaie 18-yard area. Here's Morris looking for options. He has Emilio Rousseau in front of him. Rousseau gets it. What will he do with it? He picks out Willis. And Willis is back to Wellington. And we've seen this before. Wellington to Breckenridge. That too we've seen before. James. Now Willis. It's turn defending there by the Arcahaie team. Whistle on the play. Referee Kimber Ward right at the scene of the crime. And he's ruled in the Haitians' favor. They're happy about life at the moment, Arcahaie. Not so Portmore. Free kick to the Arcahaie team, just inside the Portmore half. Very good pass. Time Timely interception there from Emilia Rousseau. Richard Kali was the man who controlled that one. The first touch wasn't bad. So sensible football being played here by the Arcahaie team. And pacing themselves very well as well. The Portmore team just a step or two slower than this Arcahaie team. We saw that against Pantoa as well. Here they come, just keeping the football. Now they switch the dimension of attack from left to right. Mark Bellor, still Bellor. Bellor wasn't in the squad for the opening game. And he's one of those much talked about players on this Arcahaie team. They'll have to start the attack all over again. They have absolutely no problems doing so. Once they have possession of the football, then Portmore United can't score. Offside by 3 days. He was offside from the day before yesterday. He was up there alone. So Cleon Price, he knew he was offside. There was a little guilty look over his shoulder before he even collected the ball. I was wondering if the referee was going to spot that one or the assistant referees will spot that one. Yes, they did. Captain Olise sprays the pass down. Offside as well. So Jolly Core. 20 minutes gone. Close to midway the first half. And I tell you, a goal either way will open this game up massively. Problem is, neither team has shown just yet that we're anywhere close to a goal. Let's see what Arcahaie will do with this attack. Looking zestful, looking bright. Still have possession, though forced back. Portmore just can't keep the ball. Here's Arcahaie. Again, they were looking there for Beldor. Wide open here is a number 18 as well. France Piton. But Beldor, his first touch wasn't the greatest, and he has allowed Portmore attacker to take the ball away. But Arcahaie gets it back. This is Picton. Free kick won here by the Arcahaie team. Pretty belatedly. Thought that they really should have gotten that free kick a long time ago. But they did in the end. France Piton, number 18, will strike this one. He has a number of shots to aim for. Look at the wide expanse of this shot. It shows you all the Arcahaie players who have gone forward to benefit from whatever Picton provides. White shirts are plenty as well. The ball just skimming the edge of the area. Falls favorably here for Arcahaie. They're content with kicking it away. No playing around. And it's not very difficult to see who wants what by just watching the general run of play. Portmore needs the win. Arcahaie needs just to avoid defeat. And the game is looking like that, even though Portmore at times show very little urgency. And an elimination from the Caribbean Club Championships will damage tremendously their confidence going forward. Hurried clearance. Take no prisoner approach here by the Arcahaie team. 23 minutes into the game, we're halfway the first half. No Arcahaie can come forward. Number 19, Kervins Jolisor was the target there. Willis looking to really drag the Portmore team on his shoulders. Looking to provide the inspiration, Willis. He's a national senior player as well, so a lot more is expected of him, or a lot is expected of him more so than other players on the team. I mean, they share the responsibility, but when you're a national player, your status is a little bigger, and hence you are expected to put in that extra. Always say the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is that little extra. Ball trickles behind for an Arcahaie corner. And the nonchalance from Portmore. For a moment, I thought it was a goal kick. Three Arcahaie players have stayed home. They've committed enough players. They've got 3 players staying back. Firmly headed away there by Price. But Arcahaie gets the ball back. Meldor. Lacking in power, direction, and everything. And a goal kick resulting from that. So Portmore United, the champions. The longer it goes 0-0, the more anxious the Portmore United players, I'm sure, will become. And mind you, it will wear mentally on the Arcahaie players as well. It's almost like running a 100 meters race. The closer you get to the finish line, the harder it gets for you. You wish the finish line could move to you. So the longer it goes 0-0 here for Arcahaie, the more intense it will get for them, because they're going to get so close to it. And then the pressure might just build and mount, and who knows, could let in Portmore. But those are just scenarios I'm playing out in my own head, trying to entertain myself, because we're not seeing a great deal of that on the football field. Let's see what can come from this one. Good move there from Ryan Wellington. Forced back though. Morris slipping. Here's a Captain Olise. Too much power on that, Mr. Captain. Surely you did not expect Kervins Jolicoeur to get to that one. So Arcahaie playing a very good defensive, organized, defensive type of football. If they score, they score. They're not too worried about that. Even though if they score, it makes it so much more difficult for Portmore. But they want to keep what they've got. And what they've got is a goalless scoreline at the moment, which suits them so well. Willis. Okay, the Portmore team just forcing the ball back. And you just get the impression that the Arcahaie team is becoming a lot more confident. They believe now that they can come forward and don't have to worry about what Portmore, they've seen what Portmore has to offer. It's like 2 boxers, and using the first 2 or 3 rounds to find out how powerful each other's punch is, and then decide after that, you know, maybe I could take 1 or 2 chances against him. It's not so hard, by the way, after all. And you get the impression Arcahaie, they believe that Portmore's punch isn't too hard, so they're going to take 1 or 2 and see if Portmore could punch themselves out. Here they come, Portmore. Shot charged down by Captain Olise. Rousseau gets it back over. And the clear on Price, the number 15, brings it down. Will he get the cross in? And it goes behind. What's the verdict? It's a goal kick. So the Portmore United fans, referee Kimberly Ward has gone over to have a chat with goalkeeper Ramond. We're in full green tonight with white stocking. So number 12 in the back. Beaten twice in the tournament so far. And you would have seen those 2 goals at the top of our broadcast with Nerlens Neville from Haiti National and Leonardo Osa. A wonderful free kick just on top of the area. 2-0 Atletico Pantoja beating this Arcahaie team. Good turn here from Junior Lamage. Calix sprays it into the area. A shot. A 1-time, looking for the volley there. Clifford Thomas. And I tell you what, Clifford Thomas is from Haiti. How did he get that name? And there's another one. Richardson Thomas. Really didn't get those names from Haiti. Here's Shante James, skipping away from one. It's Captain Morris in front of him. Morris leaves the ball, and it's now with Cleon Price. Look at all the players from Arcahaie coming all the way back, and because of that, they closed down the Portmore team. So you see, they're playing a very good, intelligent football game here, the Arcahaie team. If you look, when Portmore had the football, a number of Haiti players, the Arcahaie players came back, about 7 of them, and they came from nowhere. They're playing to a plan. That's what it is. They know that once Portmore has the ball, get back. And fitness is going to be a very, very important part of their play tonight. All of this plays into Arcahaie's hand. This ball kicked into open space and into no man's land. The seconds are clicking away. Yes, we're far away from 90 minutes, but each second in games like these where the stakes are high, very important. Here's Arcahaie, playing like they are the ones leading the victory. Here's Captain Marvel Olize. Now they lose possession, and the Portmore captain can drag his team forward. He's doing so. This is James. Ricardo Morris. Morris. No way through. A throw will result from this one. Reginald Cadet. Ricketts. Another clearance from the Arcahaie team. So Portmore finding it difficult to break this team down. Emilio Rousseau getting behind the defense for once. Good body strength. But again, the scramble away. The chase is on. Arcahaie. Good turn here. Kervins Jolisor. Tail holding up the ball. He has some help in the shape of Lumage. Breckenridge breaks up that attack from Arcahaie. Price losing the ball quite clumsily, but he's bailed out here by James. And now Portmore can attack once again. 31 minutes gone. And you notice a bit more movement, a bit more urgency in the Portmore play. Rivaldo Mitchell swings it in. And Cleon Price got the header on, but he's lacking in direction. He wasn't in control of his body. And it was more in hope than anything else. Here they come again, Arcahaie. Breckenridge's high clearance. Tevin Shaw. Left very high, almost right on the shoulders of Captain Olnik Alisi. Let's have a look at it again. Look at this. Shaw got a decent amount of elevation on that one. And Captain Alisi was there to, as they'd say in local parlance, catch him. Meaning he stood his ground and allow the fact that Shaw was no longer in control of himself when he left the ground to play in his favor. Wellington motoring forward. He's sweating buckets, Wellington. France Biton. He's playing around with the ball. Ricardo Gardner standing there just at the foot of the screen in the cap, standing. That's the coach of Portmore, the Dreadlock. Played for Bolton Wanderers in the English Premier League for many years and captained them as well. Scored against Bayern Munich, of all teams, in the Allianz Arena in a UEFA game. And he was also captain of Jamaica as well. He was also captain of the under-20 national team for Jamaica as well. So, pretty good resume. But he's got to conjure up something tonight that will inspire his team to get 3 points tonight. Throwing to the Arcahaie team. They wanted a goal kick. The referee, Kimber Ward, says no. It's a throw. The goal kick would take the ball further away from the area. Mitchell. Julian Lamage, very good to take the ball away. And now, it gets the danger man, Mark Beldor, forward. Thomas, Clifford of the Clifford variety. Richardson Thomas is on the bench. Here's Thomas once again. Darting into the 18-yard area for Portmore. In fact, he gets a shot off, and it trickles by the goalkeeper's left upright. Draws the applause from the Don Bosco players away to the left of our commentary point. Bit of encouragement there for the Arcahaie team. And Portmore United desperately in search of some inspiration. And guess what? Breckenridge, one of their leading defenders, he's down injured. And sometimes you can have an insight or an inkling as to how hard the injury is or how badly injured the player is by the speed of the referee's indication to the medical personnel to take the stretcher onto the field. And Kimber Ward did so very, very quickly. Let's hope for the sake of the young Breckenridge, he's not badly hurt and will be able to continue. Teams are taking the opportunity to have a chat amongst themselves. Desperate times here for Portmore United. So it gives me the opportunity to once again say hello to you wherever you are, watching our coverage here from the Tony Spalding Sports Complex in Jamaica. You're watching Flow Sports, and it's live and exclusive coverage of Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Football Championship, final night of group play. Cibao, Waterhouse, and Atletico Pantoa are already safely into the semi-finals. One of these two teams will join them. So the athletic season is warming up. This early in the season, it's mostly indoors. And we watch the Millrose games on Flow Sports on Saturday from New York. On the 14th, Valentine's Day, we're taking you to the German capital, Berlin, for the Ishtaf indoor meet. And it gets underway at 12:20 Jamaica time. That's 7:20 in Germany. 1:20 in the Eastern Caribbean. That's on February 14. Free kick one here by Portmore. Kimber Ward just telling Mark Beldor to move 10 yards away from this as Ryan Wellington gets ready to blast this one upfield. Kimber Ward is still not happy that Beldor is 10 yards away. They're trying to make a substitution, Portmore. It doesn't seem as if, well, definitely the young player will not be able to continue. So they're forced into a substitution, and Kevin Farquharson will take his position. So Farquharson on. And it's Tevin Shaw, who is off, who is injured. So bad for the player. Forced change up in Portmore. The last thing you want, because part of managing the game and strategizing, is that you have 3 substitutions that you forecast when you want to bring them on. Now Portmore can't do that because they've been forced into taking one of them. While in the meantime, the Arcahaie team stream forward. This is Kervin Jolly-Sore losing possession to the man who just came onto the field, Kevin Farquharson. This first half has flown by quickly. Look at the clock. Just 7 minutes to go. Seems as if we just started commentary 2 minutes ago. This is Willis. Asani Ricketts. Arcahaie. Willem Exum. Still Exum. Exuding confidence, Exum. Gets across in. Surely Star. Ball coming off the outside of his right foot. Mark Beldor. Let's have a look at it again. It's a good cross. And Beldor really should have done much better with that one.
Leaving the game. Number 17.
Was rushing the shot. Then settle himself over that one. Really didn't have a great deal of time to settle himself on it. But he spotted it. Maybe a second or two before it got to him. It's a quick turnaround for him to decide what to do at that time, but you're a striker. Instinct, come on. Price. Ricketts. Forced back. It's been one of the features of the Portmore team. So playing the ball back. Price. Laying it off. Morris, the captain. He's capable of a great deal, Ricardo Morris. And as I say, on his night, he's literally unplayable. But he's not been having a lot of his nights. And now, he tracks back to help out in defense. Leading by example, Ricardo Morris. Willis. Here's Morris again. It's all over the place. He's covering miles in this game so far. Free kick one here. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, that was a soft one, but the player was tackled from behind, leaving the referee with very little option but to award a free kick to the Arcahaie team. And they're going to take their own little time to get this going. They know that halftime is close by. In fact, it's on the 3 minutes. It's on the 4 minutes away. I'm going to bet this one forward. Firm header there from Farquharson. Free kick one here by Arcahaie. The referee took a little while to blow his whistle. He was just waiting to see if the player was going to retain his footing. And when he didn't, then the referee says, okay, right here. The whistle had not yet gone, right there. And I suppose Wellington's two hands in the back of the player while he was falling also aided in the referee's decision. Almost dead center, this free kick. What will Arcahaie do with this one? It's a very good spot from which to strike this one. So getting it past this three-man wall shouldn't be a problem. And this is right in the vision of the goalkeeper. And it trickles straight to him. Here's Asani Ricketts. Spinning on the spot. And the Portmore forced back into their area. Breckenbridge. Here's a man who just came on, Kevin Farquharson. Ball tied up under his foot. And now Arcahaie managed to get a shot off. Bit of selfish play there because Beldor was waiting for that pass. Now Beldor gets it. All by his own doing. Here they come again, Arcahaie. Ah, good turn there from Lumage. Gets it in. Wellington flirted with danger there. It looked as if the ball was bubbling up on his hand. Silverson Colin gets a throw for Arcahaie. Here's Beldor. Still Beldor. Looking for the return pass, Beldor. That one was read quite well by Emilio Rosso. Now Portmore having a bit of problems getting the ball away. And they've given it up. Strong tackle. Legal tackle as well. But it's Beldur who gets possession back. Mitchell. Free kick to Portmore. Let's have a look at this. Yeah. Yeah, Mitchell was in the wars there. Free kick to Portmore. Playing out the last few seconds, plus whatever number of minutes the referee will add to it. Not a great deal from Portmore offensively. 1 minute of time will be added. Mitchell. Himself and Cleon Price not singing from the same hymn sheet. The lines of communication got mixed up. So there you have it, 1 minute of added time. In fact, we are already into that added minute. Not a great deal of stoppages. The longest we had was when Tevin Shaw got injured and had to be taken off on a stretcher. So goalkeeper Ramond taking his own sweet time to get the play restart. They're going to go in and they're going to talk about it. And coach Michel Gabriel will say to them, guys, you worked the plan to a T. Let's do it for another 45 minutes and we're through to the May 8th semi-finals. Here they come though, looking to end the half on a flurry. Can Portmore break away with this last attacking play for the half? Ricardo Morris. Here he is still for Portmore. Morris looking forward. Willis's first touch wasn't bad. It gave the Arcahaie players a chance to look at it, but still Willis going, and he's run out of real estate. And the halftime whistle will go, and the teams will head to their respective dressing rooms with the score, status quo, as you were. We are where we started, and they've got to do it all over again in the second half. But for Arcahaie, they are by far the happier of the two teams. Portmore United, Ricardo Gardner and Kevin Dare, his assistant, will have a great deal to talk about when they go to the dressing room. But we've seen a first half that was ebb and flow in the most part. Glimpses of what both teams are capable of. But in the main, the Arcahaie team did what they wanted to keep the score where they started. And once they do that, and do that to the end of the game, then they're going to be okay. They are a happy bunch. The coach is congratulating the players for sticking to the game plan in the first 45 minutes. Portmore United, a forced change, and they've got a lot to do. Let's have a look at the highlights from the first 45 minutes as the Arcahaie team in red and blue, the visiting team, just going across and meeting Portmore. And Portmore United were out very, very quickly. And chance here for Shante James. Goalkeeper Ramond left his line and in the end held on to it. Ricardo Morris was leading the Portmore charge. He's done a great deal tonight so far for his team, but the Arcahaie team is resolute. They're defensively well organized and planned for this particular game because they know what they need to do, and it includes and involves getting a strong defensive performance in. So far, they have done that. But also, they're not only about defense. They've come forward quite a number of times tonight, and they threatened the Portmore goal on a number of occasions. In fact, I suppose you could make a case for them doing better offensively whenever they come forward. Here they are again, organizing in defense, getting away and getting in those crucial tackles. Tackles just flying all over the place, and the Portmore United having to defend as much as they attack. A long effort there, close to the end of the first half. And goalkeeper Kimar Foster wasn't happy. Here they come again, Arcahaie. Lots of twisting and turning on the edge of the 18-yard area. And when the cross came in, it flicked over, and Meldor lining it up just on the outside of his right foot, lacking in direction. His eyes lit up when that one came across. And here's a charge from Siobhan Willis, and that was the last play of the half. And at the end of the first 45 minutes, it's goalless between Arcahaie and Portmore United, the champions. Portmore United, they have 45 minutes in which to win this game, because if they don't win it, they will be knocked out of the tournament. Arcahaie just need to keep it like it is. If they can go on to win it, all the better. But so far, Cibao, Waterhouse, and Atletico Pentor are there waiting on one of these two teams. We're going to go for a break. When we come back, it should be time for the start of the second half.
Like saying I need room, Rich badness, when I smell like in a put some boy grew up in a house like America push. We bought them time from a little barefoot turn up. We all a take load enough, y'all in a lane. Look like a road, yo, scene where the weed better carry up.
Me make my money talk for me tomorrow. Me buy up, so I am. If me broke a man, I'm a banger. Me pick up dial, one of my client. Me have COVID, I'm a friend. A top scam, a grab card. Money to people go sad. Learn to break some card. Me have COVID, I'm a friend. Yeah, move on your head, a friend bomb. Yeah, bad man, gal love. Easy them strap. Yeah, dog on junk crew. One up the stripe and then a beer, them a pull. You want to learn to the only violence go.
Get girl them up. Sauce fast tight. Start pull up in a fast way. Nothing but weird and a price. So deep.
Welcome back to the Tony Sporting Sports Complex here in Jamaica. It's the final group game of the 2020 Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. And Portmore United, the champions, left off screen full white. They are 45 minutes away from saving their journey in this championship. They must score in this game. More importantly, they must win this game if they are to make further progress. Arcahaie, right of screen in red and blue. They are comfortable at the moment. The score that they want at the end of the game is what is holding at the minute. 0-0. Any draw will do it for them. Both teams are on 0 points at the minute, having lost to Club Atletico Pantoa of the Dominican Republic. But the difference here is the 4 goals that Portmore conceded against Pantoa versus the 2 goals that Arcahaie conceded against the same opponent. And those 2 goals are hanging around the necks of the Portmore United players as we speak. But all they need to do is to take 1 unanswered goal tonight, and they're through. Arcahaie just need to keep a clean sheet. They are through. We're underway, 45 minutes. What will it bring? Portmore motoring forward and immediately gets a free kick. Cleon Price brought down some 30 yards from the goal. Here he is trying to go through the middle of the 2 players, including Kervin's Jody Soar and one of the Arcahaie players coming out worse for wear in that tackle. He's back up. It is the same man, Kervin's Jody Soar. Missed 2 glorious opportunities in that game against Atletico Pantoa. Captain Morris standing over it. He won't go direct on goal, I doubt, based on his stance. In fact, he won't be the man who's kicking this one. It's just a long-range effort there coming in. From Kevin Farquharson, who came on close to the end of the first half. Forced substitute, placing the injured Tevin Shaw. Still Portmore with possession. Willis in the middle of the park. He has the freedom of the Tony Sporting Sports Complex. He elects to play a long ball. Met there by the Arcahaie team. Now they come away with it. This is Clifford Thomas. Now Jody Soar. Leaves it to Lumarge. Lumarge plays it further wide. Jody Soar couldn't get that return pass for Kemar Foster. Morris. James trying to pass the ball to his captain with the outside of his right foot. Didn't quite work out. Now Arcahaie looking to counter-attack. And they're getting away the goalkeeper of his line. You can see what the thought process was. The execution was the problem. And that came from Beldor. He's thinking. That's what you want footballers to do when they're on the field of play, to think. And he was thinking. He spotted Foster off his line and decided to go for it David Beckham, Wayne Rooney style. I suppose you could add Zlatan Ibrahimovic to that group of players who, when they go for it, when they make attempts like those or try to pull off those kinds of exquisite plays, more often than not, they come off. Beldor are not quite in that class. Well, at least not yet. Well, at least not on the evidence of that. Here's Morris. Sonny Ricketts. And Mitchell. No, Willis. Here's a chance. Comes a bit of play there from Fritz Pitson. Fooling around instead of getting the ball away right here. He's trying to control the ball. And Shandy James came from behind him. Almost took it off him. Piton apologized to his teammates. Fan support more trying to spur the players on. Rivaldo Mitchell. Free kick one here by Arcahaie. The captain, Olise, says, calm it down. He was turning to his players and he said, calm it down, no rush. It's important every second of this game that they kill it. It's a no-look pass. Clifford Thomas. Heavily policed, heavily tackled here, but he still gets away. And plays it into Jolly Sword. It's a Belmore. And hitting in the side netting. So enterprising move here. This is Dolasaw. And again, Belmore got one on the volley. He got one in the first half. The champions of Haiti against the champions of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Throw to the Arcahaie team. Richard Calix looking for the return pass. He gets it. Delicately chips it into the area. But it's met here by Shandy James, who has come all the way back to help out in defense. And he gets Cleon Price going. The captain Morris is running into space. But the Arcahaie players have all come back and forced an error there from Cleon Price. They came back very, very quickly. Now they have an opportunity to attack. Clifford Rich Thomas. Here's Thomas. Early cross. Breckenridge headed away. The ball comes back in. This time Osani Ricketts gets it away. And they come again, this time direct on goal. And Kemar Foster did the last bit. Good passage of play there from the Arcahaie team. Quick crosses in succession. Capped off by a shot. It's lacking in power and direction, but an effort worth taking. Here's Breckenridge in the back of the Portmore defense. Willis standing over this one. Given the go-ahead by referee Kimball Ward to go ahead with the free kick. Curls it in. Gain another powerful header out of the Arcahaie defense. Here's Clifford Rich Thomas. Wonderful ball. First touch wasn't the greatest. So the coming together of the two number 14s. Sonny Ricketts and Vilman Exum. Corner one here by Arcahaie. But what a pass. That was a wonderful pass from Clifford Thomas to pick out Exum there. It split the Portmore defense. Had Exum a better first touch, that would have been very, very interesting. But they get a corner. Efficiently dealt with by Portmore, or was it? Captain Olise stayed back to help out. Rivaldo Mitchell getting away in the area. Nobody over there to help him. And the noise you're hearing there, it's coming from the Don Bosco supporters who are supporting their fellow Haiti team. And you'd believe it's their team out there playing. No, they've been eliminated, but they're supporting the other Haiti team. Sandy Ricketts has gone forward to take the throw for Portmore. Price. Wellington. Willis. Portmore making patient progress. Ball flicked in very nicely to Price. But Ramon is quick off his line. So Portmore getting a bit closer. Portmore really yet to have an effort on target, really. There should be a corner. It's a correct decision by the referee. But the Arcahaie players are not in agreement. Anyway, they're regrouping. Called upon to do defensive work once again. Can Portmore United finally break open this very strong, stubborn, and sturdy Arcahaie defense? Can they do it with a set play? Willis swings this one dangerously in the goalkeeper, leaving his line. And Morris was looking to get onto the end of that one, but an almighty kick downfield. Ball comes back, headed in dangerously. Goalkeeper stood his ground. He thought about advancing, and then he stood his ground, and the decision could not have been better from him. Shortly we'll be seeing Shea Smith coming on for Portmore, and Carter Gardner making an early second half substitution. In the meantime, Arcahaie. This is Dorosor. Clifford Thomas. Dorosor and Thomas working in combination. Forced back. Here's Captain Olise. Good turn by Lumanche, right in front of referee Kimball Ward. Will he allow the substitution to be made? Yes, and the substitution will now be made. And off on goes Shea Smith. Off comes Rivaldo Mitchell. So it's a straight swap. One centre forward for another. Arcahaie losing possession. Morris skipping away. One touch too many. Here he is again with another opportunity, the Portmore captain. They're probing Portmore. They're just not able to open up this Arcahaie defense just yet. And then they're also wary of the counter-attacking possibilities and qualities of this Arcahaie team. Morris didn't get enough opportunity to get the shot off. He's asking Price not to get it in. Price can't. Ricketts can. It's over dangerously. And the goalkeeper, Ramon, holds on to this one and holds on quite firmly. Has injured himself. He's holding on to his left hip. Referee Kimber Ward is going across to attend to the goalkeeper to see what the next move will be. And it's to call the medical personnel onto the field.
Rivaldo Mitchell.
So goalkeeper Gary Ramond. And this was what brought about the injury. So Sunny wickets. Deft chip into the area. And man who just came onto the field, Shea Smith and Shante James were bearing down on goalkeeper Gary Ramond. He took the ball, but he fell awkwardly. And he's now been attended to. So favoring his left hip. Referee Kimber Ward. So pretty much aware of the time that's passing. This is one of the things in football, unlike in other sports, where the referee doesn't, or the officials don't stop the clock. They add the minutes back, or the minute back, or however long it is. Now we'll get a restart. So Portmore United just 30 minutes away from being knocked out of this championship unless they can come up with a victory. Alicia, the captain. Calix was bearing down the left channel, asking for it. He got it eventually. It is Portmore's throw. Quickly by their captain, Smith. Heavily policed. A great deal of urgency being shown here by the Arcahaie team. And now they are counter-attacking. 2 against 3. Portmore United in a bit of trouble. And Meldor trying to curl it around. Jolisor, his partner in crime, was waiting there, probably telling him that there was a much better option. Had enough space and time to hold on to that one and maybe advance a bit more on the Portmore goal. But the intent is very clear from this Arcahaie team. Once the opportunity presents itself, they're going to go for it. A crossfield pass that went between the 2 Portmore players, and Cleon Price is disappointed with himself. In fact, he's apologizing to his teammates. We're not on the hour mark. And it's a time of the game when the coaching staff for Portmore United ought to now become a little bit more worried. The entire midfield has been left here to the Arcahaie team. This is Donosor. No closing down by Portmore. The Arcahaie players just roaming the midfield, which is very, very crucial to most things that happen in this game and in most football games. That's why the midfield is such a crucial area. And when the ball gets into that area, none of the Portmore players are anywhere to be found. Osana Ricketts. Ricketts, good move here with Ricketts and Shea Smith. Now Willis. Kane at the crucial moment. The ball tied up under his left foot. So they try again, Portmore. On the left. Captain Morris. Good pass. A chance here for Portmore. Morris and Shande James. That was a glorious opportunity for Portmore United. The Arcahaie players thought it was offside and forced to head the ball behind is Ricard Calix. Corner. So Portmore, they're probing. Let's have a look at it again. So Ricardo Morris turned and he brought in Shante James. James probably could have taken a tumble there and forced the referee into a decision. He didn't. A corner results. Because Calix didn't know what was happening behind him, so he headed the ball behind for a corner. Now Portmore will be looking to capitalize on this corner. Can they? No. It's a poor corner. Rousseau gets another opportunity. A flick on the header. Goal coming from the crowd. That's a shout. Now Arcahaie, they're going to counter-attack, and they're counter-attacking brilliantly. The goalkeeper left his line. Had to. And he had to get it right as well. And did. So while Portmore United go forward in looking for goals, they're also looking at the possibility. Here's Morris, turns the ball in cleverly. James, shot charge down. Ricketts keeps the ball alive, recycles it. This is Willis, losing possession to Lumage. The game has suddenly come to life, and they charge down the right. Arcahaie, it's end-to-end action, handbags and all. An all-out attacking game. The game has opened up tremendously. Finally, we've arrived at a football match. They were sparring for 60 minutes, and suddenly a football game has broken out here. And Arcahaie has a throw over on the far side. The referee just having a chat there with the Arcahaie captain. I'll see. Keep the momentum going, boys. Shot just ripping over the crossbar. Portmore has 25 minutes. The second half has just started, and 20 minutes have gone already. Shea Smith. So the number 27. Calix. He's been seeing a lot of the football since the start of the second half. Here's the opposite number 27, Kevin Ferguson. Morris, Willis. Getting the shot charged down. Well organized is the Arcahaie defenders. They are prepared to work overtime because Portmore is going to come at them unrelentingly. Here's another move. And Willis, he wants that one back. It was a snapshot. His technique was all wrong. But it came onto him in a flash. And inside that 18-yard area, and needing a goal, we're going to just try something. Fortunately for him, didn't quite come off. Arcahaie. Now Portmore looking to launch another attack. Morris at the heart of everything good for Portmore so far. He gets a free kick, dead center. Arcahaie players are not happy. Let's see if they have a case. So Morris picks the ball up. There was contact from Captain Alsay. Question is, was it enough to elicit that kind of decision from referee Kimball Ward? In fact, he's issued a yellow card, not just a free kick, but the first yellow card of the night. So it's been a clean game so far. And even at the issuance of that yellow card, it's still been, by and large, a clean game. So Willis is standing over it. He does have a good kick. We saw that when they took on the Atletico Pantoa team. This one is dead center. Does he need to get it up and over that wall, or will he go with power? Well, Arcahaie has done the right thing by adding another player to the wall, which is now forcing him to go around it. With 3 players in it, he could have gone for power. I mean, he could still go for power. In fact, it's Ricardo Morris who's going for it, and the goalkeeper has earned his pay in one save. Brilliant. So they caught out the Arcahaie defense. They thought it was going to be Willis. What a brilliant save there from Ramond. Nobody should be surprised. He's a Haiti national player and a very good one as well. Corner to Portmore. Ricardo Morris. Breckenridge waiting on that one, didn't fall for him. Still in that danger area. Willis heading away, only to Emilio Rousseau. He's trying to get the ball back in it. Not quite successful. Arcahaie doing whatever it takes to get the ball away from that little danger area. And even if it means giving up a throw.
Please.
Thomas is down.
A yellow card has been issued to Arcahaie. Number 8, Clifford Thomas, in the 67th minute.
Nothing more than cramps. So Vilmanic Seal is going across and helping a teammate out. So Clifford Thomas is suffering from cramps. He's okay now. Easiest injury to treat, if you could call it an injury. Are we going to see a new champion this year? The answer in 22 minutes. Breckenridge having a bit of problems getting that one away. His goalkeeper, Kemar Foster, bails him out to some extent because the throw is now with Arcahaie. Julius Sorter. He has Thomas close by. He gets a free kick, and they're going to take until tomorrow to take this free kick. They're going to take maybe until whenever the referee Richard Kemble decides not get the game going. Portmore's not helping themselves, not moving away from the ball. The longer they take to move away and construct a wall of their own, the more time it takes up. We're in the 70th minute. Time in football tend to just get away at this stage. Let's see what will come from this latest foray from the Arcahaie team into the Portmore area. The cross comes in, met there, and now Emilio Rousseau can get this one away quite comfortably. Arcahaie comes back though. Full-blooded shot. No problems there for Foster. Quickly gets the attack going once again. Cleon Price for Portmore. Long pass. Picks out James. James sold Willis short, but he gets a throw. Breckenridge for Portmore. They're building again, Portmore. James. Still looking for passing options. Minutes away from being knocked out, Portmore. Strong tackle. Referee Kimball says, play on. And the goalkeeper, Rondon, is getting a bit of applause from, can't help but to say it, from the Don Bosco aggregation. Morris. Forced back. Farquharson. Ricketts. Price. Again losing possession. Cleon Price. This is Joe the Sword. Large. Looking for the return pass. Wasn't on. This would be devastating for Portmore if they fail to make further progress. Here's Farquharson. Kane Portmore giving the ball away. It's allowed the Arcahaie team not only to eat up the time, but also to launch their own attack. Here's a free kick, won by them. There's more seconds been taken off the clock. Let's have a look. So Clifford Richards, Thomas, just moving away there from Farquharson, who dragged him back right in front of referee Kimball Ward. Ward has had a good game tonight. They say when a referee is having a good game, you don't see him. Not so sure I agree with that. I've seen a lot of Kimball Ward tonight, but he's done all the right things. So Arcahaie, they wish they could call a family member from Haiti to come and take this one. It would take them some time to get here. No, they finally get the free kick off. So they're going to take a year and a day to take these pot kicks. Just look out for them. And who can blame them? It's about football. It's about managing, game management. Look at that throw. Look at the player running away from it. Somebody else has to come. So Arcahaie making a substitution. They're bringing on their number 10, Wendy Louise Jean. And they're bringing on, they're taking off the number 14, Vilmaine Ixu. So Wendy Louise Jean, number 10. It's rare when you see the number 10 having to come off the bench. Just an indication as to how players manage game. That throw was won in the 73rd minute, and we're almost in the 75th minute, and it was just taken. So they took up a good minute and a half between taking the throw and making the substitution. And I tell you, if they were the ones who needed to win this game, that throw would be taken in 2 seconds. But in it's game management, and that's how you play this game. If it means have a conversation with the assistant referee, even though you know where to take this throw from, that's fair game as well.
FC in the 75th minute. Entering the game.
Carter Morris
Number
bullied out of that one.
10, Wendy Louise Jean.
Arcahaie, 15 minutes away from achieving the objective. But 15 minutes in football is like a lifetime. So many things can happen. Farquharson pushed over. Free kick one here by Portmore. So Clifford Thomas and Farquharson, so bicep to bicep, just a coming together of the two players. Here's Portmore. Morris, cleverly done. A shot. And Willis really should have done better with that one. He got a really clever pass here. Look at this from the captain. But Willis, all he had to do was to pick his spot. But I suppose he did. But not the one to the liking of his teammates.
Tonight, the attendance for the Pro Concacaf Caribbean Cup Championship match is 283 persons. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for making it for the game.
Portmore United still on the hunt. Farquharson. This is a sad Ricketts. Ricketts has come forward a lot more in the last 10 or so minutes. Portmore need the extra bodies up front. Here he is, Ricketts, giving away a throw. He had no idea where Cleon Price was. And then, of course, the captain, I'll say, from Arcahaie was onto him in a flash and forced that error. Here he is again. Clicks, taking a long time to take this throw. Good height on that one from Ricardo Morris. This is Smith. Morris definitely will go for a shot here. Oh no, he plays it on to James. And the clearance from the 18-yard area. Morris really should have gone for that shot. He was unselfish when he needed not to be. When he needed to be. My money was on him taking that shot in that 18-yard area. A Michael Jordan moment. Go for that shot, take it. You're the captain, take the responsibility. And those big moments are what big players love. And honestly, the captain really should have gone left-footed on that one. Can we have a look at it again? This is it, right there. It opened up for him right there. really should have gone for it. So the player went down at the start of minute 77. Referee Kendall Ward is telling them quickly to get the player off the field, get him on the stretcher and get him off. Nothing to do with the Arcahaie team, to be honest. People in charge of the stretcher. But I tell you what, Arcahaie players love it. So they're down to 10 players at the moment. That can't be a good for them. So while they were happy that it took a minute and a half to get a restart, they're hoping that it doesn't take that long for the player to get back onto the field, because they're down to 10 at the moment. Can't have it both ways, can they? The player is ready to get back onto the field. I tell you, football is at times like a chess game. Player is still limping. He's out of your vision at the moment. In fact, he's back on the field sprinting. Silverson Colin. It was just funny to see. There he is. He's prepared to die for the next 10 minutes or so. So they're back to full complement, the Arcahaie team, and hunting a goal here. Number 10 who just came onto the field, Louis John. Hard movement here by Kemar Foster. He's the only one on the Portmore team showing a bit of urgency, showing like he really wants to get things done. James cuts the ball back. Decision making was poor. Did everything right up until that moment. Wellington. Tell you what, the roof will come off if Portmore should score tonight. We're inside the last 10 minutes of this game. 10 minutes Portmore United have to save their season in the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. And because we know you join us at different times during the broadcast, we want to welcome you to our coverage on final night of group action in the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. Rondy Smith will be brought on by Portmore United in a desperate attempt to get goals. He can provide goals. Let's see what the captain will do here. Held up. And he gets a free kick. Arcahaie not happy. Do they have a case? Let's have a look at it here. Ah, yeah. Clear foul. So, substitution will be made, and the player coming off is Cleon Price. So Price came in for Rondy Smith, took his starting place, and now Rondy Smith is going to be on the field for the next 8 or so minutes of this contest. He has a goal or two on him, Rondy Smith. Does very well in the local league. Can he reproduce that form and take Portmore to the semi-final? He's now on. Well, the last time Portmore United was in a situation like this, it was the same setup. It was a four-man wall by Arcahaie. And yes, it was Ricardo Morris and Shivani Willis who were standing over the ball. On that occasion, it was Morris who went for it. Now it seems as if Willis will go for it right-footed. And it's over the bar again. So the Portmore player, Emilio Rousseau, has spotted the ball for goalkeeper Rondo, and he is acting as if he didn't see the referee. Is going across and could give him a yellow card. He says, cut it out. He's having a chat with him about time wasting. Won't think twice about issuing a yellow card. If it should be a repeat. It was a clear case of time wasting there on the part of goalkeeper Ramont. They can touch a spot in the semi-final here. Arcahaie. You can feel it. Louis Jean. Now they're counter-attacking. This is Jolisar. He missed a number of opportunities in the first game. He was pushed down, and the referee will give you a yellow card to Breckenridge. Portmore feared for the worst, because if Breckenridge was the last man, why was that not a red card? Why was it not? The striker was goal side of the defender, who appeared to be the last man. Well, if you look across the line, I suppose there could be a case made for the other two players who are converging. So the argument could be that the striker, even though the defender who committed the infringement, Breckenridge, appeared to be the last man, the striker was some distance away from the goal and could have been charged down by the other two defenders who were tracking back. So maybe that was what saved him. It wasn't a clear case where Breckenridge was the last man, because the other two defenders, you could argue, had enough time and space to get back. So even if Jolisar had shaken off Breckenridge, he still wouldn't have a clear sight on goal. So maybe that is the reading and the thinking behind it. Let's see what's the thinking and the reading behind this free kick by Clifford Thomas. Now this is a very dangerous spot from which to concede a free kick. I know a lot of players who would kick this in the back of the net. Here's a chance. Arcahaie takes the lead. They're through to the semi-finals. I can't see a way back for Portmore United. And Beldor, who did not play in the last game, pops up. The ball came back softly off the wall of the Portmore United defense, and it fell favorably for Mark Beldor, and he accepted with a glee to knock Portmore out of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. Thomas, the ball came off the wall. In fact, Thomas was appealing for a handball and a penalty, but when he looked and he saw Beldor was closest to the ball, he put his hand down, allowed his teammate and striker to bury that one and to take them 5 minutes closer to a place in the semi-finals of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. And their fans away to my left singing football's most famous cheer, ole, 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 ole. And anywhere will do. They now believe that they can't be stopped. Portmore United need to get 2 goals, 2 unanswered goals, if they're going to get into the semi-finals. And they've got about 4 minutes plus stoppage time to do it. Farquharson. James. Is ball getting away from James? Gets a throw. Portmore throwing everybody forward. They need 2 goals, 2 unanswered goals in 5 minutes. And they're hoping, I'm sure, for a lot of added time. The ball comes in. Goal kick. Breckenridge is standing over Jolisor. A referee, Kimball Ward, has gone across. He's asked the stretcher to come onto the field. The Portmore players are not happy. They believe that Jolisor is play acting.
Attention, please. Arcahaie FC in the 85th minute.
Well, we don't know. The player says he's injured and he's taken away for medical attention. So the Arcahaie team is back down to 10 players. They now believe that they can smell the semi-finals. Willis, Kevin Farquharson, tell you though, on the balance of play, the Arcahaie team, you'd want to believe they're good value for this lead, or at the very least, good value for a clean sheet, in the very least. Can they save their Caribbean Club Championship title, Portmore? It's slipping away by the second. And Arcahaie not easing up. They're going for more. Very fit unit. Managing to keep Portmore United on their legs for the entire duration of this game so far. Shantae James. It's a Portmore throw, taken quickly. Ferguson. Morris. Still Portmore with a chance. Willis. Straight to the goalkeeper. Portmore United's best chance of the day. It fell to Willis. It took a lifetime to get to him. And when it did, he kicked straight to goalkeeper Ramond. We're into the 90th minute of play. Portmore United are heading out of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championship, which means we're going to have a new champion. So the champions of Haiti, at the moment beating the champions of Jamaica. Swung dangerously in the air. Ramon left his cage. He won't get up until tomorrow. Well, no, he was warned by the referee, taking no chance. The support, 4 minutes of added time. If they're not outnumbering the Portmore supporters in numbers, they are certainly in voices. And I'm talking about the supporters of Arcahaie. They are making as much noise in a stadium with barely over 300 fans, making it sound as if there are 300,000 inside the Thomas Pauling Sports Complex. Happy they must be, because they're going to the semi-finals. The spectators are appealing for a foul. Portmore United has a throw. The captain, Ricardo Morris, he sense what is just 3 minutes away. And again, Arcahaie player has hit the deck. Operators of the stretcher have earned their keeps tonight. They really have. I've lost count the number of times that they've had to come onto the field. We're into the second of 4 added minutes. But then the 4 added minutes simply means at least 4 minutes. The referee has it in his own discretion, to add more time. Morris, still Morris, a shot charge down there. What a timely interception there from Reginald Cadet. The injured player is back on the field. He wants to be there when objective qualification is achieved. Under 2 minutes to go. The Portmore players all going forward. But except for Asani Ricketts, you'd expect all of them would be down in that area. They need 2 goals. They need 1 to begin with. That wouldn't help them. So Portmore United will end the tournament without a point, without a goal. And a concession Well, I've lost count as to the number of times that the operators of the stretcher have made their way. Why don't they put a spot up there for them? Just let them stay there and just tell the players, don't go to this spot. This is for the operators of the stretcher, because they're going to come back. And as soon as the player who is put on the stretcher is taken to the side, where they're making a substitution now. So by the time the substitution is effected, then I suppose the game will be over. So they're looking now to bring on Idris Philippe. And I bet the fourth official is not yet told who is going to come off. This is just fun to see. Game management at its absolute. The question is, will that substitute get onto the field? I doubt it, you know. Well, they've got a free kick, but then how long will this free kick take to get on the way? The Portmore player has gone for the ball to spot it there for Jonas Sword. He's gonna get a yellow card. In fact, he's already got a yellow card. And the player who is going to be taken off is Mark Beldor, the goal scorer. So Beldor was the one taken off on the stretcher. And remember, we've got a free kick to be taken. And we're 16 seconds past the 4 minutes of added time. But as I said, the 4 minutes only mean at least 4 minutes. It's up to the referee to add more if he so desires. And Portmore United are out of the flow. Concacaf Caribbean Championships. The celebrations palpable in the Arcahaie camp. Look at them. A 2-year-old club, 3-year-old. They were formed in 2017. It took them 2 years to win the Haiti Premier League title. They did so last year. They're playing in the Caribbean Club Championship for the first time. And they've made it to the semi-finals. What a story for Haiti's #1 ranked football team. And they're going to celebrate in Jamaica tonight, long into the night. And I'm sure they'll take the celebrations all the way back to Pétionville in Haiti. A fabulous night. A big night for them. They will remember tonight. They'll remember tonight as the night that they believe that they belong amongst the big boys in Caribbean football. And right, they do. They've dumped the champions out of the floor. Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. And a happy group. They're posing for the cameras just below our commentary point. A happy bunch. Beldor got the goal for them. They didn't need it, but they got it. They laid the tournament group stage with 3 points. Portmore, on the other hand, a disappointing championship for them. They conceded 5 goals. A dejected-looking coach, Ricardo Bibi Gardner, consoling Breckenridge. This is a hammer blow for Portmore United. Let's have a look now at the highlights. One team started the game needing a draw, the other in a must-win situation. And the team that wanted the win was on the attack from the get-go. Tevin Shaw and goalkeeper Ramond in the end standing up. But Arcahaie, even though they needed a draw, they went on the hunt for goals.